All right, sir. Well, I want to change gears a little bit over to energy production because Louisiana is a major oil and gas industry, but there's been a lot of moves to add more green energy, such as offshore wind and solar. Would you be in support of continuing that diversification?
Well, look, I've always been an all of the above, but I'm not an all of the above if it doesn't make sense. What concerns me the most is that we continue to go down a path of trying to offload our energy needs on unreliable sources of energy. That's a big problem. We've seen what happens when we do that already in a very smaller scale. The more we do that, the more we risk, not only risk our current standard of living, but we actually decline our current standard of living. And I'll say this too. The oil and gas industry, the great people that have worked in it, from upstream to midstream to downstream, have lifted more people out of poverty than any other industry in the world, globally. I don't think that some of those others can say that. In fact, if you find some, you let them know because I want to debate them. There is no industry that has lifted more people out of poverty than the oil and gas and the traditional forms of energy. But again, we are open. We're open. I think we can have a discussion, but what I want to make sure is that the people of this state, as governor, I want to make sure that the people of this state, that when they need the heat, they can get it. When they need the air conditioning, they can get it. When you need your light, it comes on. That's the thing that concerns me the most, is what is the reliability of the energy that we need here.
Which production methods are most unreliable to you?
Well, I mean, how about we talk about the ones that are the most reliable?
Oh, I would guess you'd say oil and gas.
Well, actually, I ventured. I think the most reliable form of energy out there, we actually have in this state and have had for quite a long time, is nuclear power. It has the smallest input for the greatest output, with the smallest footprint. And then as you go to natural gas, probably comes in right after that, and then oil, and then so forth. But when you look at that, I mean, there's no doubt. Louisiana's been a leader in that. And I mean, I think we've got 2, maybe 3 nuclear plants along the river. But again, I mean, we have been blessed with a tremendous amount of natural resources that God has gifted us, and natural gas is a very clean burning fuel and very reliable form of energy. And here's the other thing too. Why is it that we have this discussion when Americans and Louisianans are allowed to buy products from China, and they're opening 6 coal-fired plants a week? Why do we consistently lead the world in carbon emission reduction, and yet Americans seem to be taxed and penalized more for actually producing cleaner air and cleaner water? Quite frankly, I think that's a discussion we should be going to have overseas rather than here in this country.
And Louisiana is poised to be a leader in the offshore wind. I know there's some leasing that's going on here soon. Would you still want to support that industry?
Look, again, we'll look at it.